This one is a little bit different than most of my videos because usually, obviously, I collect a lot of autocockers, but I actually, especially in the 90s, used to prefer playing with Automags. And I saw this one and I found one on eBay and got a great deal on it. And here it is. This is a Special Ops Cubo package, which is like a modified AIrgun Designs tac-one marker. So I just wanted to point out a few things on how it worked and what the whole setup was and everything. So just straight off the bat, this is the Longbow shroud, and it's actually hollowish in there, and it's kind of like I'm alright with it. I'm not a super big like milsim guy, but it's pretty cool. But you can see you need to run a remote with it, so it goes pretty much straight out the X valve through this macro line and then out. But it's a cool looking setup, and one of the things that I thought was cool is it has these 2 pins on each that you push them both in and it slides down, so that's where you can adjust the velocity on the X valve. Or, you know, hit the bottom pins and take the whole thing off. So that's one thing. This is standard with the IntelliFrame on there. The other big piece is this chunk right here, and I guess you can run this without the Longbow shroud, and that may be something I do later. But this piece, and the shroud stays on with 3 screws on each side on the rail. This piece tightens on to the actual tactical rail. It has a little plastic sleeve that sits inside the feed neck to cover the threads. And then, in this particular case, it has this adapter for going down to the Q-loader harness, and it has an adapter that sits between the vertical adapter and the rail that receives the Q-loader socket, which in my opinion is much better than the actual stock Q-loader piece for fitting it on there. I actually used to hate that thing, and the Q-loader is pretty cool, so it was a shame, but it would always twist, you know. I'd be halfway through the game and the Q-loader would be pointing over here, or it would start unscrewing my rag. I just thought it was crappy. But this one's really cool. It doesn't twist at all since it uses the 2 screws from the vertical adapter to hold it on. So I'm excited about getting a chance to play a game with this. And that's about it as far as the Q-loader adapter goes. The other option with this is these magazines. And you can see that the magazine has this little tab on it. And the tab is what holds the paintballs in, but it's on a rocker. So to load these, and you can also see that it's not spherical completely. It's like an oval, so it fits in one way. It slides in here, and where this little button is, pushes in, and it clicks in. So it's pretty cool. And as far as the actual magazine goes, I think it holds about 18 or 20 rounds. It's got this Delrin piece here that's held in with like piano wire, and you can pull it back and set it, and then have no pressure on the ball stack. And you can see if I tip this, I can pour some out, and that's how you would load it. And then you would unclick and it would put pressure, and it feeds pretty fast. The only other thing to say about this is, you know, this is like a boomstick style barrel on a freak back. It was made by White Wolf, and I think it looks good with it, but other people may disagree. The actual Q-loader, this is a first generation one. If you haven't played with these before, they're actually really cool. It's a different style of play, and you know, it goes in and then twist and lock. So these are pretty fun to play with. The only other thing I'll add is that I plan on adding this this GForce pneumatic frame on here as soon as I get some of the internal parts, the internal regulator in particular. But I have dry fired this, and I plan on doing a full review once everything's all together. But it is amazingly short. I haven't shot any other pneumatic frames, but this is what it takes to fire it. It's like shooting an E-blade. It's pretty amazing, actually. So I look forward to getting all that set up. But anyways, in the meantime, thanks.